Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Dino Thunder, Triassic, Red Ranger, and Raptor cycle from the Power Rangers Playskool Heroes line from Hasbro. So I was finally able to track one of these down. I thought this line was long dead, and it still very well may be, but we saw listings, or someone reported listings on Twitter recently, where they found a listing for, I think, a Falcon Zord and a Titanus. Now, it's very possible these listings have been out in the world, hidden somewhere for a long time, and they just never came to fruition. They could be new listings, and maybe the line isn't dead. We have no idea. But it prompted me to kind of look around and remind myself that this was just one of the few that I never got. I was really into this line when it first happened, and I still really like these little figures. And this was just one that I guess was towards the end of the line, and I just really couldn't find anywhere. And so I had seen it on Amazon for around $15, which I thought was really not that bad, considering it was one of the harder to find ones, one of the more rare pieces from the line. And then randomly just went in stock for $7.95, normal retail price. So hopped on it, grabbed it real quick, and it arrived. So I was surprised it actually came through, which is pretty sweet. So you can see it's in this kind of open packaging. It's just kind of the figure and the shield are kind of in this plastic on the card, and then the Raptor as well is just kind of tied in there. This is fully enclosed, but these two are kind of open to the air here. Kind of shows off, you can peg the shield onto the front of the Raptor cycle. Very similar to the blue Dino Thunder Ranger, that his shield could also peg on to the Raptor cycle, so that's pretty cool. And then the cycle also has kind of a Dyno Mode, which is pretty neat. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, get these guys off the card, and we'll take a closer look. So taking a closer look out of the packaging, the shield is massive. He can hold it just with this kind of simple peg, fits right into his hand. Does make him very front heavy though, so you kind of have to have him lean back so he doesn't fall over. But we'll take a look at the shield real quick. Again, like I said, it's massive, but really nicely painted. The gold and the black all look really sharp. It would have been nice if there was just like a little hinge to flip the blade out, but I get it. Not really in their budget, most likely. At least he can hold it. It does have the peg hole here. We'll also peg into the top of the Dino head. We'll get there in a moment. But yeah, pretty nice shield. It looks pretty good. Taking a look at the Triassic Ranger, he looks pretty cool. Once again, we have inconsistency with the logo on the chest. Some have the black filled in, some don't. Unfortunately, he does not. But the head looks pretty good, nicely painted. Head's on a ball joint, so you can move that around. Shoulders are nicely painted. That goes all the way around. He has the black diamonds on the arms, unfortunately not on the legs. Doesn't have the boot cuffs painted either. He does have the giant Morpher on the arm, though, so that means he will be able to interact with the magnet features that some of these sets have. Not present here, but some of the larger sets have that kind of stuff. But anyway, ball joint for the head. You can bend at the waist 90 degrees. You have a hinge and a rotation in the shoulder, and then you have a wrist swivel. So decent. No cuff paint there either. So he is definitely missing some paint applications, but for the most part looks pretty good. And at this point, I think we have most of the Dino Thunder team. I know we have red, yellow, and blue all in these kind of deluxe figures, and I believe black is also a deluxe figure. For whatever reason, when they did the blind bags, they did those kind of cheapy, very limited posability figures, and unfortunately, Dino Thunder White is like that. So we have the whole team, but he doesn't have the same level of posability, so he kind of stands out. But it's kind of neat. I mean, you can recreate the pose. You can give this to the normal Red Ranger and recreate the pose of yellow and blue, giving their powers to form the Triassic Ranger, which is pretty neat. So I appreciate that. I mean, they really kind of, not 100% completed Dino Thunder, but pretty close. I mean, more so than many of the other teams, which is pretty cool. So put him there. The little T-Rex, I believe this is exactly the same as the one that comes with blue, but still painted very nice. All the white here, the eyes, the gold up top. All the claws are painted, which is really cool. You have movement here for the arms and then for the legs. So to transform it, literally all you do is put that up and put that up. And now he's in bike mode. And you can have Red just kind of sit on here. He doesn't fit amazingly. I'm not sure. I feel like this is probably supposed to go on more so. Maybe I can get this. If you can get this past. There you go. So then that kind of like keeps him in. So you have to pull the legs apart a little bit, but you can get him on there a little bit better. There we go. And then of course you can go ahead and peg this on top if you would like. And then it kind of covers the Raptor face. So it's almost like a Triassic cycle. But honestly, for an accessory, I think it's pretty cool. I think they did a really nice job with it. I think it works. I love the fact that it can actually transform into a Dyno Mode. I know it's a simple transformation, but it works. I think that's pretty fun. So I really like the set. I mean, especially for normal retail price, I can't go wrong. $8 was totally worth it. Honestly, even at the 15, I think that's not a bad upcharge. I mean, yes, it is kind of almost double the price, but these were kind of cheap to begin with. I feel like these sets could have been 10. I would have felt perfectly fine paying 10. At that point, you're kind of just paying $5 more because it's a little bit harder to find, a little bit more rare. But just watch the Amazon listing. If it goes up again for normal retail price, I say definitely grab it. So, is this line dead? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm kind of leaning towards yes, but I have no idea what Hasbro's doing with Power Rangers at this point. I don't think they know, so we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I think they have that kind of new mission fleet play pattern with Star Wars, and I would love to see that applied to several of their other lines. I think it would absolutely work for G.I. Joe. Personally, I would love to see it applied to Ghostbusters, because I just want kind of a mission fleet Ghostbuster Firehouse playset. That's just me. But yeah, I think G.I. Joe, I think Power Rangers, I think Ghostbusters, I think it could really work. Power Rangers, I think it would be a little bit like the figures would be 100% fantastic. I think they could do Mission Fleet Power Rangers and they would look fantastic as far as the figures go. As far as vehicles, I don't know. Would they do individual Zords? Would they do Megazords? Only time will tell on that. They'd have to kind of figure that out. But they could definitely do motorcycles and things like that. Other kind of utility vehicles that they had. I know just off the top of my head, Lightspeed Rescue had that Jeep. You know, you could get Jeep with a couple Rangers, something like that. I would totally buy that. So will this line continue? Will it get turned into something else? I'm assuming Power Rangers will get back into the kind of Playskool or you know, just 2.5-inch size class at some point. We don't know how that will happen, but this is a really cool set. If you can find it for a reasonable price, I definitely recommend picking it up. I think at this point, the only other sets that came out that I don't have are the 2 Shark Cycles, so I need to try to find those, even though the Blue Ranger has the Green Ranger's helmet. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. But maybe one day I can track down those Shark Cycles. Actually, I don't think I ever got the Red Dragon Thunder Zord. Maybe if I see that somewhere cheap. Anyway, this is a great set. Definitely recommend checking it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.